Well, everybody knows how it goes when you can't let it show.
A video is something you watch and maybe listen to, and it's a visual way to get your point across.
Well, when I'm using video in my classroom, I think it could be anything from a Hollywood movie to something that's been student created. It doesn't have to be kind of a traditional movie. It could be something like an animoto. It could be animation. So I think all those things would be included in video.
I think a video is anything you can record, really. It can be just images with your voice talking over it, or actual video that you take of other people or yourself. I don't think it's really restricted to just actual moving images like a movie is.
Video is a sequence of motion recorded with sound.
Anything that is recorded on a video camera and then later processed for somebody to watch.
A video has to be exciting, and if you're going to be talking in it, monotone voices are not good. And you need to have lots of props, and it needs to be exciting.
Well, again, thinking to the kinds of projects I have in class, creativity I think is important. Obviously, we're not really in, most of us anyway, in a situation where we can make something look like it's professionally in Hollywood done.
Right.
So I think it's just important to use what you have in terms of props and characters, and just be open to, the same person playing 2 or 3 characters if they have to, or making things, look, even though they might seem kind of cheesy, but I think it's just about being creative.
I think good videos are the ones that really catch your attention, and they have good ideas and storylines, and they show them to you in interesting ways.
A good video, what makes a video good is something that people actually want to watch. Like, make people hang on the edge of their seat like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next?
Well, first, a video needs to have action and drama. Okay, look. If like, say we're filming a movie, right? And then you want to have people doing all kinds of junk, and there has to be a whole lot going on. There has to be good music and something that grabs your attention, like, and then you have to have a whole, and then that's it.
Well, you have to make sure the people in your video are cooperating with you, because that can make things difficult. And when you go to edit your video, you need to know that you can't get every little thing perfect. So sometimes, instead of just stopping and trying to make it perfect, sometimes you have to just go through with it and make the best of what you've got.
I think the most important is probably the planning stage. It seems to me that when a video, you have a great idea for a video, but if you don't carefully plan it out, it almost never turns out like you pictured in your head the first time. And I think sometimes students make that mistake. I think you've got to give yourself enough time to get it done and redo it, because even if you have planned it out, it's probably not going to work the very first time through.
Right.
And I think you have to be open to letting it kind of change as you go, and let new ideas come up, and maybe get rid of some things that you thought might work but don't. So I think some of the challenges are, if you don't think about those things, you end up with a product that just looks kind of rushed, and it looks really good in your head, but on film it doesn't really translate very well.
I myself have not actually made many videos, but none of them have really been difficult for me so far. I remember a Tinkerbell assignment I did for English, and one thing that was kind of difficult was getting my actors to remember their lines.
Yeah.
But I haven't had really many technical difficulties.
What hasn't worked is not planning and flying by the seat of your pants, because stuff doesn't get done ever till the last minute. Like recently, on the project that I was supposed to present Thursday, I got all my interviews in within like the last 3 days that the project was due, and I had 3 weeks to do it.
Wow.
So that doesn't really work. I have to plan and stick to it.
Okay, what has worked is editing. I really like editing because it's fun, and I use Movie Maker, not Money Maker. That's wrong. And it's very fun to make. But what hasn't worked is trying to do all of that on Movie Maker in about 30 minutes when it's actually 4 hours long when you procrastinate for a week.
I disagree. Videos are very hard because you're trying to capture time, and so all of these things are going on, and you're trying to get it into your video, and it makes it hard because like I said, sometimes things don't work out, and you just have to make the best of what you've got.
I disagree. I don't think it's necessarily easy because there are a lot of parts to it. There's editing to worry about, there's sound and light, making sure, again, what you sort of envisioned actually comes across on film. So I think that's challenging. I do think it's easy in the sense that if you're a creative person, you know, you might be more interested in doing that than you would writing a paper or putting together a PowerPoint or something like that. So the level of engagement would make it, I think, more fun, but I definitely think it's challenging.
I think maybe it depends on whether you're doing an actual video or like audio and pictures, and if you're using other people or just yourself. Because I think it's easier to videotape yourself than it is to videotape other people.
Yeah.
Because if they're not prepared, then your video is not going to be as ready and as good as it could be if you were prepared and you did it yourself. Right. And I think that audio and visual videos aren't really that hard if you pick pictures that go with what you're saying. So I think it just depends on the situation whether it's easy or hard.
I disagree. I think it's hard. Because first of all, you have to figure out what your video is going to be about. And then you have to figure out, do you want to shoot it from beginning to end in one shot, or do you want to do different clips and piece them together? And if it's an interview, who do you want to interview? You have to think of the questions and find a quiet place to interview and find people that don't distract you during the interview. So I don't think it's very easy at all.
I totally disagree. Because videos aren't easy to make. Like I said, the editing process takes forever. Trying to get the right film takes forever. Trying to get the right material that you're going to use takes forever. So making a video is not something you can just do overnight. Okay, you can do it overnight, but it's going to be really lame. So just take your time on your video.
Like I said earlier, make sure the people in your video can cooperate with you. And drama queens are not good for videos because they're going to want to make sure everything's perfect, that their hair looks good. Oh, I said that wrong. We need to redo this. So, like I said, pick your people wisely.
Start early. Expect for technology to go wrong, because it almost always does at some point. Expect the process to take maybe 3 times what you think it will take, because by the time you get ready to edit and put it all together, you know, you need a lot of time to do that. So that would be my best advice, that and have a plan beforehand.
One of the reasons I don't make videos often is because I don't have ideas. So really the only thing I can tell you is that if you want to make a good video, make sure you have a good idea first. And if you don't, I would try and find a way to brainstorm or develop your idea better before you start actually making the video. And make sure your actors and actresses are prepared.
Advice would be, it's a hard one. Advice, I don't have any really. I don't think I have any. Other than plan. Stick to your plan. Like, glue it to your face in the morning when you wake up. You'll know what the plan is. And that's it.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, start on time. Have a storyboard of what you're going to do. Maybe have a script, you know, and just make it interesting and have fun with it.
Well, everybody knows how it goes when you can't let it show. When you try to speak your mind, but they say you're out of line. Everybody knows how it goes.